So my mother's side of the family was Catholic. My father's side of the family was Southern Baptist. At about 11 or so, I started asking a lot of questions, and they kind of let me freely discover things on my own. I had just kind of fallen away from the church, and I hadn't really stepped foot in a church, hadn't really done anything up until about 23. I wasn't sure if there was or was not a God, so I hadn't necessarily made up my mind about that. I had just known that regardless of whether I believed what they believed, they do have some kind of baseline for good moral living. So Jessica and I were high school sweethearts. We moved to Austin to be around more positive people, is ultimately why we came here. And Jessica said, I'd love to start going to church again because we haven't really been in a year. Would you be willing to come to church with me? And I said, well, yeah, it's in the morning, so let's go to like the latest service possible because I'm definitely a nighttime person. How do we originally find Wells Branch Church? We actually had a person that's a part of our Amway business team come to Wells Branch Church. We came here to check it out. We liked the fact that it was a smaller environment. It cared a lot about the community, and we're really big with associating with people and making a difference in people's lives. So it was a perfect fit. All right, so I'm an Amway independent business owner, and one of the things that we do is we go to conferences every quarter that's just focused on pure leadership. On Sunday, they have an optional worship service. One of the guys, he was a guest speaker, had come in and said, done his altar call, and I stood up and I was applauding because great, more people on our team are getting saved. Glad they're making life-changing decisions. It's going to be a fantastic new life for them. And then at the very last minute before he started his prayer, he said, I've got a feeling there are a couple more of you out in the crowd. I'm going to give you 10 last seconds before we start praying for these guys. And he said, one thing that stuck with me, and I don't know why this made such a huge impact on me, but he said, if we have told you everything in confidence and it's all been true, why would we be lying about this? And I was like, that logic is really sound. So I guess this is what that step of faith felt like. So I decided to grab the two people in front of me and push them out of the way, and the two people in front of them, and I literally just plowed through the congregation. So I didn't even realize I had done that until I actually am standing in front of the stage. I have been searching for five years now for what a step of faith would look like, and I had unknowingly taken that step of faith. It was quite an odd experience. So I now believe that we were all born sinners. Jesus died on the cross for me, rose from the dead, and through him I am now saved. What is baptism? For me, it's an outward profession of the step of faith that I've taken. I think that getting baptized is a fantastic next step for me, just to show that I'm taking this journey seriously, and I may not fully understand how all of that works. I'm willing to at least embrace that so I can move forward in this faith journey.